Nerissa's journey had taken her to the furthest reaches of the ocean, and she had seen wonders beyond imagination. She had grown stronger, wiser, and more determined to protect her home. Yet, her heart still yearned for adventure, and the ocean always had more mysteries to uncover. One evening, as the sun set over Atlantia, casting a golden glow over the coral palaces, a messenger arrived at King Triton's court. The messenger was a sea turtle, carrying a message from the distant Coral Kingdom, a place that few in Atlantia had ever seen. The message spoke of a new threat, one that was even more dangerous than the Shadow Queen, a dark force known as the Abyssal Legion. The Coral Kingdom, located in the deepest parts of the ocean, was under siege. The Abyssal Legion, led by the fearsome warlord Abyssion, was a ruthless army of creatures from the darkest depths. They had emerged from the ocean's trenches, bringing chaos and destruction in their wake. The Coral King, a wise and benevolent ruler, had sent the message in the hope that Atlantia would come to their aid. Nerissa knew that she could not ignore this plea for help. She gathered her trusted friends, Orin and Lyra, and prepared for the long journey to the Coral Kingdom. King Triton, proud of his daughter's bravery, offered his blessing and the support of Atlantia's warriors. As they set off, the ocean around them began to change. The water grew colder, and the light from above grew dimmer. They encountered many strange and dangerous creatures, including giant eels and bioluminescent jellyfish. But their resolve never wavered, and they pressed on, guided by the map provided by the Coral King's messenger. After several days of travel, they arrived at the Coral Kingdom. It was a breathtaking sight, with vast coral structures that glowed with an inner light. But the beauty was marred by the signs of battle. The once vibrant reefs were now damaged, and the inhabitants were wary and fearful. The Coral King welcomed them with open arms, grateful for their arrival. He explained that Abyssion had found a way to harness the power of the Abyssal Stone, an artifact of immense dark power. With it, he could control the minds of sea creatures and bend them to his will. The Coral King had tried to fight back, but his forces were no match for the Abyssal Legion. Nerissa knew that they had to find a way to stop Abyssion and destroy the Abyssal Stone. She, Orin, and Lyra decided to infiltrate the enemy's stronghold, a massive fortress built within a deep-sea trench. They would need to be stealthy and cunning to avoid detection and defeat the powerful warlord. They began their journey to the trench, navigating through treacherous waters filled with dangerous currents and hidden predators. Orin's echolocation and Lyra's combat skills once again proved invaluable, helping them avoid traps and ambushes set by Abysson's minions. As they approached the trench, the water grew darker and more foreboding. Strange sounds echoed through the depths, and shadows moved just out of sight. They could feel the presence of the Abyssal Stone, its dark power palpable even from a distance. The fortress loomed ahead, an imposing structure built into the side of the trench. They carefully made their way inside, avoiding patrols and navigating through the labyrinthine passages. The fortress was filled with strange and terrifying creatures, all under Abysson's control. They finally reached the heart of the fortress, where the Abyssal Stone was kept. Abyssion himself was a formidable opponent, a massive creature with eyes that glowed with dark energy. The battle was intense, with Abyssion using the power of the Abyssal Stone to summon shadowy minions and unleash devastating attacks. But Nerissa's determination and the power of the Trident of Poseidon gave her the strength to fight back. With a final, decisive strike, Nerissa shattered the Abyssal Stone, breaking its hold over Abyssion and his minions. The dark energy dissipated, and the creatures under Abysson's control were freed from his influence. The warlord, now powerless, fled into the depths, never to be seen again. The Coral Kingdom was saved, and the inhabitants rejoiced. The Coral King expressed his deepest gratitude, and Nerissa, Orin, and Lyra were hailed as heroes. They returned to Atlantia, their hearts filled with pride and a renewed sense of purpose. Back in Atlantia, Nerissa continued to train and prepare for whatever challenges lay ahead. She knew that the ocean was vast and filled with unknown dangers, but she also knew that with her friends by her side, she could face anything. Her adventures had made her stronger and more resilient. She had learned the importance of unity, courage, and determination. She knew that she was not just a guardian of the ocean, but also a beacon of hope and inspiration for her people. As she gazed out over the ocean from the highest tower in Atlantia, she felt a deep sense of peace. The ocean was her home, and she would do everything in her power to protect it. Her journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever the future held. And so, Nerissa's legend continued to grow. She became known as the Guardian of the Deep, a mermaid whose bravery and determination knew no bounds. Her adventures inspired others to explore the ocean, to seek out its wonders, and to protect its beauty. The ocean was a place of endless mystery and adventure. And as long as there were threats to be faced and secrets to be uncovered, Nerissa would be there, ready to defend her home and ensure that its beauty and wonder would endure for generations to come. The next morning, a new message arrived in Atlantia, carried by a school of brightly colored fish. It was from an old friend, Seraphina, the sea witch who had once helped Nerissa in her battle against the Shadow Queen. Seraphina's message spoke of a new threat, the Kraken, an ancient sea monster that had awakened from its centuries-long slumber. The Kraken was a creature of legend, said to be as old as the ocean itself. It had 8 massive tentacles, each capable of crushing a ship, and eyes that glowed with a malevolent intelligence. The Kraken had been dormant for centuries, but something had awakened it, and it was now wreaking havoc in the northern seas. Nerissa knew that she had to stop the Kraken before it could cause any more destruction. She, Orin, and Lyra set off for the northern seas, guided by Seraphina's instructions. The journey was long and perilous, taking them through waters filled with icebergs and treacherous currents. As they traveled, they encountered many strange and wonderful creatures. They met a pod of narwhals, who told them tales of the ancient seas and the creatures that dwelled within them. They swam alongside schools of bioluminescent fish, whose glowing bodies lit up the dark waters like stars in the night sky. When they finally reached the northern seas, they found themselves in a vast expanse of ice and water. The air was cold, and the water was filled with ice floes and glaciers. They could feel the presence of the Kraken, its dark energy permeating the water. They searched for the Kraken for several days, following the trail of destruction it left in its wake. They encountered many obstacles, including fierce storms and dangerous predators. But their resolve never wavered, and they pressed on, determined to find and defeat the Kraken. One evening, as they rested on a small ice floe, they saw a massive shadow moving beneath the water. The Kraken had found them. It emerged from the depths with a roar, its massive tentacles reaching for them. The battle was fierce and intense. The Kraken was a formidable opponent, its massive size and strength making it difficult to fight. But Nerissa and her friends were determined to protect their home. They used all their skills and abilities to fight back, dodging the Kraken's attacks and striking back with all their might. Nerissa used the trident of Poseidon to channel her energy into powerful attacks, sending waves of energy crashing into the Kraken. Orin used his agility to outmaneuver the Kraken, striking at its vulnerable spots. Lyra used her strength to hold back the Kraken's tentacles, giving Nerissa and Orin the chance to strike. After a long and grueling battle, they finally managed to defeat the Kraken. With a final, decisive strike, Nerissa drove the trident into the Kraken's heart, breaking its hold over the northern seas. The Kraken let out a final roar before sinking back into the depths, its body dissolving into the water. The northern seas were safe once more, and the inhabitants rejoiced. Nerissa, Orin, and Lyra were hailed as heroes, their bravery and determination inspiring others to stand up and protect their home. They returned to Atlantia, their hearts filled with pride and a renewed sense of purpose. Nerissa knew that her journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever the future held. She had faced unimaginable dangers and emerged stronger for it. She knew that as long as she had her friends by her side, she could face anything. Her adventures had made her stronger and more resilient. She had learned the importance of unity, courage, and determination. She knew that she was not just a guardian of the ocean, but also a beacon of hope and inspiration for her people. As she gazed out over the ocean from the highest tower in Atlantia, she felt a deep sense of peace. The ocean was her home, and she would do everything in her power to protect it. Her journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever the future held. The days following their victory over the Kraken were filled with celebrations. Atlantia rejoiced in the return of their heroes, with feasts, songs, and dances that honored Nerissa, Orin, and Lyra. The Coral Kingdom had sent beautiful gifts and tributes, acknowledging their bravery and contributions. Despite the festivities, Nerissa remained focused on her duties. She spent hours training with the Trident of Poseidon, honing her skills and preparing for any new threats that might arise. Orin and Lyra joined her in these practices, and their camaraderie grew even stronger. One day, as Nerissa was practicing her combat techniques, she received a mysterious message from Seraphina, the sea which had sensed a growing disturbance in the ocean's currents, suggesting that another ancient force might be awakening. This time, it was said to be the Leviathan, a creature of immense power and ancient origins. Nerissa gathered Orin and Lyra to discuss the message. The Leviathan was a legendary being, rumored to possess the ability to control the tides and unleash devastating storms. If it were to awaken, it could threaten the stability of the entire ocean. The trio prepared for another journey, this time to the very heart of the ocean where the Leviathan was believed to dwell. They equipped themselves with the best artifacts and weapons Atlantia could provide, including enchanted armor and protective charms. Their voyage took them through treacherous waters, where they encountered swirling whirlpools and enormous sea serpents. The ocean seemed to be alive with unrest, its currents growing wild and unpredictable. Nerissa's intuition and Orin's echolocation helped them navigate these dangers. Eventually, they reached the legendary Abyssal Rift, a massive chasm in the ocean floor believed to be the Leviathan's lair. The rift was a place of darkness and foreboding, where the ocean's pressure was immense and the waters almost opaque. The rift's edges were lined with jagged rocks and ancient ruins, adding to the ominous atmosphere. As they ventured deeper into the rift, they found themselves in a vast underground cavern filled with bioluminescent flora and strange, glowing crystals. The cavern echoed with the distant roars of the Leviathan, and the air was thick with a palpable sense of dread. At the center of the cavern was a massive pool of dark water, and within it, they could see the outline of the Leviathan. The creature was enormous, its scales shimmering with an eerie light. Its eyes glowed with a powerful intelligence, and its presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The battle with the Leviathan was unlike any they had faced before. The creature's sheer size and strength made it a formidable opponent. It wielded the power of the tides, summoning enormous waves and whirlpools to try and overwhelm them. The cavern shook with each of its roars, and the water churned violently around them. Nerissa, Orin, and Lyra fought valiantly. Nerissa used the trident to channel her energy into powerful waves and barriers, protecting her friends from the Leviathan's attacks. Orin darted around the cavern, using his agility to avoid the Leviathan's massive tentacles and strike at its vulnerable points. Lyra's strength was crucial in holding back the creature's onslaught and creating openings for their attacks. Despite their efforts, it seemed that the Leviathan's power was nearly insurmountable. The cavern continued to tremble, and the dark water grew more turbulent. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, Seraphina appeared, arriving through a portal of swirling magic. The sea witch had been tracking their progress and had come to offer her assistance. With her powerful magic, Seraphina created a protective shield around Nerissa, Orin, and Lyra, allowing them to regroup and plan their final assault. She used her enchantments to weaken the Leviathan, disrupting its control over the tides and reducing its strength. Empowered by Seraphina's magic, Nerissa made a final push. With a fierce cry, she channeled the full power of the Trident of Poseidon, directing a massive surge of energy at the Leviathan. The creature roared in pain as the energy struck, causing the dark water to glow with a brilliant light. The Leviathan, now weakened and disoriented, thrashed wildly before finally succumbing to the combined force of their attacks. It let out one last roar before sinking back into the depths of the cavern, its body dissolving into the darkness. With the Leviathan defeated, the cavern began to calm. The waters settled, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Nerissa, Orin, Lyra, and Seraphina emerged victorious, their strength and unity having triumphed over one of the ocean's most feared legends. They returned to Atlantia, where they were greeted as heroes once again. The ocean's currents had returned to normal, and the threat of the Leviathan had been neutralized. The people of Atlantia celebrated their return, grateful for the protection of their guardians. In the days that followed, Nerissa reflected on her journey. She had faced immense challenges and had grown in ways she had never imagined. She had learned that true strength comes from within and that the bonds of friendship and loyalty are invaluable. The ocean was vast and full of mysteries, but Nerissa felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She knew that as long as she had her friends by her side and the strength of her convictions, she could face any challenge that came her way. Nerissa continued her role as a guardian of the ocean, exploring new territories, uncovering hidden secrets, and protecting the balance of the sea. Her adventures became legends, inspiring others to embark on their own quests and to seek out the wonders of the deep. And so, Nerissa's legend continued to grow. She became a symbol of bravery and hope, a mermaid whose courage knew no bounds. Her journey was a testament to the power of unity, determination, and the enduring beauty of the ocean. As she swam through the crystal-clear waters of Atlantia, surrounded by the friends and allies she had gained along the way, she felt a profound sense of peace. The ocean was her home, and she was its guardian. She knew that her adventures were far from over, but she was ready for whatever lay ahead. The ocean held endless mysteries and challenges, but with her friends by her side and her heart filled with courage, Nerissa was ready to face them all. She would continue to explore the depths, protect her home, and ensure that the ocean's beauty and wonder would endure for generations to come. In the years following their victory over the Leviathan, Nerissa's reputation as a guardian of the ocean grew far and wide. Atlantia thrived under her watchful eye, and the bonds between the various underwater kingdoms became stronger. Peace and prosperity reigned, and the mermaid's name became synonymous with bravery and hope. Despite the tranquility, Nerissa was always vigilant. The ocean was a vast and unpredictable place, and she knew that threats could arise at any time. She continued her explorations, discovering new underwater realms and forging alliances with distant oceanic civilizations. One day, while investigating a newly discovered underwater cave system, Nerissa stumbled upon an ancient relic, an ornate chest covered in intricate symbols and encrusted with jewels. The chest was sealed with powerful enchantments, suggesting it contained something of great importance. Intrigued, Nerissa enlisted the help of Seraphina to unlock its secrets. Seraphina, using her extensive knowledge of ancient magic, carefully worked to break the seals on the chest. Inside, they found an ancient scroll and a mysterious amulet. The scroll contained a prophecy that spoke of a coming era of darkness, a time when the ocean would be tested like never before. The amulet was described as a key to awakening an ancient force, one that could either save or doom the ocean. The prophecy was ominous, and Nerissa knew they had to act quickly to prevent any potential threats. She gathered Orin, Lyra, and Seraphina to discuss their findings and to devise a plan. They determined that they needed to investigate the origins of the amulet and the prophecy to understand what might be coming. Their journey led them to the heart of the ocean, a mythical location believed to be the source of all oceanic magic. It was said that the heart was hidden in a labyrinthine realm of shifting currents and ever-changing landscapes. To reach it, they would need to solve ancient riddles and overcome trials designed to test their wisdom and resolve. The journey was arduous, with the labyrinth presenting numerous challenges. They encountered enchanted sea creatures, treacherous traps, and powerful elemental forces. Yet, through perseverance and teamwork, they managed to navigate the labyrinth and reach the heart of the ocean. At the heart of the realm, they found a colossal crystal pulsating with magical energy. The amulet fit perfectly into a slot on the crystal, activating it and revealing an ancient guardian, a colossal sea serpent known as the Leviathan's sibling. Unlike the Kraken, this guardian was a protector of balance and harmony within the ocean. The guardian spoke of an impending upheaval caused by a disturbance in the balance of oceanic magic. An ancient rival faction known as the Abyssal Conclave sought to seize control of the heart of the ocean to dominate the seas. The Conclave had awakened dormant dark magic to achieve their goals, threatening the very fabric of the ocean's harmony. Nerissa and her companions realized that their role was crucial in stopping the conclave. They had to prevent the faction from reaching the heart of the ocean and using its power to plunge the seas into chaos. The final confrontation would require all their skills, knowledge, and bravery. Returning to Atlantia, they gathered allies from across the ocean. The Coral Kingdom, the sea elves of the abyssal depths, and other oceanic realms rallied to their cause, united against the common threat. The sea was abuzz with preparations for the battle that was to come. The confrontation with the Abyssal Conclave took place at the edge of the heart of the ocean. The conclave's leader, a malevolent sorceress named Morgoth, sought to harness the power of the heart to impose her will upon the ocean. Her minions were fierce and numerous, but Nerissa's coalition was determined and resolute. The battle was fierce, with magic and might clashing in an epic struggle. Morgotha's dark magic was formidable, and her minions fought with ruthless efficiency. But Nerissa and her allies were prepared. The combined forces of Atlantia, the Coral Kingdom, and their other allies fought valiantly, countering the Conclave's attacks and pushing back against the dark tide. Nerissa faced Morgoth in a climactic duel. The sorceress wielded powerful spells, but Nerissa, with the trident of Poseidon and the support of her friends, matched her blow for blow. The fight was a test of will and strength, as Nerissa tapped into her deepest reserves of courage and determination. In a final, desperate move, Nerissa used the combined power of the trident and the heart of the ocean to unleash a wave of pure magical energy. The energy surged through Morgoth and her dark forces, breaking their hold and shattering their magic. Morgoth fell, defeated and powerless, and the Abyssal Conclave was driven away. With the conclave defeated and the heart of the ocean restored to its rightful balance, peace was once again secured. The ocean's harmony was preserved, and the threat of darkness was averted. Nerissa, Orin, Lyra, and Seraphina were celebrated as heroes, their bravery ensuring the safety and prosperity of the seas. Nerissa returned to Atlantia, her heart filled with a profound sense of accomplishment. She knew that the ocean was a place of endless mystery and beauty, and that her role as its guardian was both a privilege and a responsibility. Her adventures had tested her in ways she could never have imagined, but they had also shown her the strength and unity that could be achieved through friendship and determination. As she looked out over the ocean, she felt a deep connection to its vastness and its depths. She knew that there would always be new challenges and discoveries waiting, but she was ready to face them with the same courage and resolve that had carried her through her previous adventures. Nerissa's legend continued to inspire others, and her story became a beacon of hope for generations to come. The ocean remained a place of wonder and magic, and Nerissa was its steadfast guardian, dedicated to protecting its beauty and ensuring its balance. And so, as the waves lapped gently against the shores of Atlantia and the sun set over the horizon, Nerissa swam through the crystal-clear waters, her heart filled with peace and purpose. The ocean was her home, and she was its guardian, forever ready to embrace the next adventure that lay beyond the horizon. In the years that followed the defeat of the Abyssal Conclave and the restoration of peace to the ocean, Nerissa found herself in a period of relative calm. Atlantia flourished, and the alliances forged in the wake of previous battles remained strong. Yet, the ocean was never truly still, and new mysteries were always on the horizon. One fateful day, while Nerissa was patrolling the outer reefs of Atlantia, she received a distress signal from an old friend. Arion, the sea guardian of the Celestial Isles, a series of mystical islands believed to be remnants of the lost city of Atlantis. Arion's message was urgent and fraught with concern. The Celestial Isles were experiencing strange disturbances. Tides were shifting unpredictably, and ancient ruins were being unearthed by powerful underwater currents. Nerissa, accompanied by Orin and Lyra, set out for the Celestial Isles, determined to uncover the cause of these disturbances. The journey was long and arduous, taking them through uncharted waters and treacherous currents. The Celestial Isles were known for their beauty and mystery, with floating islands covered in lush vegetation and ancient ruins half submerged in crystal-clear waters. As they arrived at the Celestial Isles, they were greeted by Arion, a wise and noble sea guardian. He explained that the disturbances were linked to the awakening of an ancient force buried deep within the ruins. The Celestial Isles were believed to be part of the lost city of Atlantis, and recent seismic activity had begun to reveal hidden chambers and artifacts from the city's past. Arion led them to the central island, where the most significant disturbances were occurring. The ruins on this island were adorned with intricate carvings and ancient symbols that seemed to pulse with a mysterious energy. The once stable currents around the island had become erratic, and strange phenomena, such as glowing underwater geysers and floating islands, were becoming increasingly common. Nerissa and her companions explored the ruins, discovering hidden passages and chambers that hinted at the grandeur of ancient Atlantis. Among the artifacts they uncovered was a large, ornate amulet with a crystal at its center. The amulet was inscribed with runes that matched the ones found on the chest in the previous volume. It seemed to be a key to unlocking further secrets of Atlantis. Their investigation revealed that the disturbances were linked to a powerful artifact known as the Heart of Atlantis. According to ancient legends, the heart was a source of immense magical power that could control the very fabric of reality. It was said to have been hidden away by the ancient Atlanteans to prevent its misuse. As they delved deeper into the ruins, they encountered formidable guardians, ancient constructs created to protect the heart of Atlantis. These guardians were imbued with powerful magic and were programmed to test those who sought the heart. Nerissa and her team had to solve intricate puzzles, overcome magical traps, and battle these guardians to advance further into the heart of the ruins. Their journey led them to a massive chamber at the core of the ruins. The chamber was filled with swirling energy, and at its center was the heart of Atlantis, a colossal crystal emitting a powerful aura. The artifact was surrounded by a protective barrier that pulsed with ancient magic, preventing anyone from approaching it. As they attempted to approach the heart, they were confronted by an enigmatic figure, a sorceress named Lysandra, who claimed to be the last descendant of the Atlantean royal family. Lysandra had awakened from a long slumber and was determined to reclaim the heart of Atlantis, believing it to be her birthright. Lysandra's intentions were complex. She sought to restore Atlantis to its former glory, but her methods were misguided. She believed that harnessing the heart's power would enable her to control the ocean and bring about a new era of Atlantean rule. However, her actions risked destabilizing the entire oceanic balance and unleashing chaos. Nerissa and her team had to confront Lysandra and prevent her from using the heart of Atlantis for her own ends. The battle was intense, with Lysandra wielding powerful ancient magic and summoning ancient guardians to fight alongside her. Nerissa used the trident of Poseidon to counter Lysandra's magic, while Orin and Lyra fought bravely to protect their allies and keep the guardians at bay. Despite their efforts, Lysandra managed to temporarily breach the barrier surrounding the heart. The chamber shook violently as the heart's power surged uncontrollably. Nerissa and her companions realized that they needed to work together to restore balance and prevent the heart from falling into chaos. With Seraphina's help, they managed to contain the heart's power and neutralize Lysandra's influence. Seraphina used her magic to create a protective shield around the heart, stabilizing its energy and preventing further disturbances. Nerissa confronted Lysandra, appealing to her sense of responsibility and urging her to consider the consequences of her actions. Lysandra, realizing the gravity of her mistake, relinquished her claim to the heart and agreed to work with Nerissa and her team to restore harmony. She was given a chance to atone for her actions and help preserve the ancient knowledge and artifacts of Atlantis. With Lysandra's help, they carefully restored the heart of Atlantis to its hidden chamber, ensuring that it would be protected and not misused. The disturbances around the Celestial Isles subsided, and the islands returned to their natural state. Nerissa and her companions bid farewell to Arion and Lysandra, knowing that their efforts had prevented a potential disaster and preserved the delicate balance of the ocean. They returned to Atlantia, their bond strengthened by their shared experiences and challenges. In the aftermath of their adventure, Nerissa continued her role as a guardian of the ocean. She remained vigilant, knowing that the ocean was a place of endless mysteries and potential threats. Her experiences had taught her the importance of understanding and respecting the power of ancient forces, and she was committed to protecting the ocean's balance. Nerissa's legend grew even more profound, with her adventures inspiring others to explore the ocean's wonders and to cherish its beauty. Her story became a beacon of hope and courage, reminding all who heard it of the strength that comes from unity and the importance of safeguarding the natural world. As the sun set over Atlantia and the ocean's waves sparkled in the twilight, Nerissa swam through the waters with a deep sense of fulfillment. She knew that her journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever lay ahead. The ocean was her home, and she would continue to embrace its mysteries and challenges with unwavering courage. And so, Nerissa's adventures continued, each new chapter adding to the rich tapestry of her legend. The ocean remained a place of endless wonder and opportunity, and Nerissa, the guardian of the deep, was ever ready to face the next great adventure that awaited beyond the horizon. Years had passed since the resolution of the Atlantis crisis, and Atlantia remained a beacon of peace and prosperity. Nerissa, now a seasoned guardian, continued her vigilant watch over the ocean, exploring its depths and safeguarding its balance. However, a new and unsettling disturbance began to stir, signaling that another great challenge was on the horizon. The disturbance began as a series of strange phenomena: deep-sea tremors, sudden drops in temperature, and unusual magnetic fluctuations. Sea creatures behaved erratically, and ancient underwater currents seemed to be converging in a previously unknown region of the ocean. The disturbances centered around an area known as the Abyssal Rift, a vast and mysterious chasm that had long been considered a place of great danger and enigma. Nerissa, accompanied by Orin, Lyra, and Seraphina, set out to investigate the Abyssal Rift. The journey was fraught with danger as they navigated through treacherous waters and encountered bizarre oceanic phenomena. The rift was an area shrouded in mystery, its depths unexplored and its secrets unknown. As they approached the rift, they were met with a powerful and unsettling sight. A massive whirlpool had formed, its swirling waters creating a vortex that seemed to pull everything toward its center. The whirlpool was unlike anything they had seen before, its power immense and seemingly unnatural. Nerissa and her team worked together to stabilize their position and investigate the source of the whirlpool. They discovered that it was being fueled by an ancient artifact known as the Convergence Crystal, a powerful relic capable of manipulating oceanic forces and influencing the balance of the sea. The Convergence Crystal had been hidden away for centuries, its location lost to time. However, recent events had disturbed its resting place, awakening its power and causing the disturbances around the Abyssal Rift. The crystal was said to have the ability to create or destroy, depending on the intent of its wielder. Their investigation led them to the heart of the Abyssal Rift, where they encountered a formidable group of sea sorcerers known as the Abyssal Order. The Order was a secretive and enigmatic faction dedicated to harnessing the power of the Convergence Crystal for their own purposes. They sought to control the ocean's forces and reshape the world according to their vision. The leader of the Abyssal Order was a powerful sorcerer named Kale, who had managed to harness the Convergence Crystal's power for dark purposes. Kale believed that by controlling the ocean's forces, he could bring about a new era of dominance and reshape the world to his liking. His vision was one of tyranny and subjugation, and he was willing to unleash chaos to achieve his goals. Nerissa and her team confronted Kale and the Abyssal Order in a climactic battle. The fight was intense, with Kale using the Convergence Crystal to create devastating waves, summon powerful sea creatures, and manipulate the very fabric of reality. The battle tested their strength and resolve as they struggled to counter the Order's dark magic and protect the ocean from destruction. Despite their best efforts, Kale's power was formidable. The Convergence Crystal was channeling an enormous amount of energy, causing the Abyssal Rift to expand and creating dangerous phenomena throughout the ocean. Nerissa and her allies realized that they needed to neutralize the crystal's power to restore balance and prevent further devastation. Seraphina devised a plan to disrupt the crystal's magic by using a powerful counter-enchantment. The plan required them to get close to the crystal and channel their combined magic to counteract Kale's control. The task was perilous, as the crystal's energy was highly unstable, and any misstep could lead to catastrophic consequences. With the support of Orin and Lyra, Nerissa braved the dangerous whirlpool and made her way to the Convergence Crystal. Seraphina cast the counter-enchantment, and the team worked together to stabilize the crystal's energy and neutralize Kale's influence. The process was arduous and required precise coordination and focus. As they fought to regain control of the crystal, Kale unleashed a final, desperate attack. The battle reached its peak as the crystal's energy surged uncontrollably, creating powerful shockwaves and threatening to tear apart the very fabric of the ocean. Nerissa and her team persevered, drawing on their strength and unity to overcome the crisis. In a decisive moment, Nerissa used the trident of Poseidon to channel a surge of energy into the crystal, disrupting Kale's control and neutralizing its dark power. The crystal's energy stabilized, and the whirlpool began to dissipate. The abyssal rift started to return to its natural state, and the disturbances throughout the ocean gradually subsided. With Kale defeated and the convergence crystal secured, the abyssal order was disbanded, and peace was restored to the ocean. Nerissa and her team were hailed as heroes once again, their bravery and determination preserving the balance and harmony of the sea. In the aftermath of their victory, Nerissa reflected on the challenges they had faced and the lessons they had learned. The ocean was a place of immense power and mystery, and their experiences had reinforced the importance of protecting its delicate balance. The convergence crystal was carefully stored in a secure location, its power contained to prevent any future misuse. Nerissa and her companions returned to Atlantia, where they were celebrated for their heroism. The bonds of friendship and unity that had carried them through their trials remained strong, and they continued to work together to explore the ocean's wonders and safeguard its beauty. As Nerissa swam through the serene waters of Atlantia, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment and peace. The ocean was her home, and she had dedicated her life to protecting its balance and uncovering its mysteries. She knew that new challenges and adventures would always await, but she was ready to face them with the same courage and determination that had guided her throughout her journey. The legend of Nerissa, the guardian of the deep, continued to inspire those who sought to explore and protect the ocean. Her story was one of bravery, unity, and the enduring beauty of the sea, a testament to the strength that comes from working together and safeguarding the natural world. And so, as the sun set over the horizon and the waves shimmered in the twilight, Nerissa embraced the ocean's mysteries with unwavering resolve. The ocean was vast and full of wonders, and Nerissa was ready to continue her journey, knowing that the next great adventure lay just beyond the horizon. The peace following the resolution of the abyssal convergence brought a welcome calm to Atlantia and its surrounding realms. Nerissa, now an established guardian, enjoyed a period of tranquility, during which she continued to foster alliances and explore the ocean's wonders. However, the ocean's depths held many secrets, and new mysteries were always waiting to be uncovered. One day, Nerissa received a message from the Mariners Guild, an esteemed group of scholars and explorers who specialized in ancient oceanic artifacts and forgotten lore. They had discovered a strange and ancient map that hinted at the existence of a hidden realm beneath the deepest parts of the ocean, known only in whispers as the Realm of Echoes. The Realm of Echoes was a mythical place believed to be a repository of ancient knowledge and powerful artifacts. The map, however, was incomplete and fragmented, with parts of it missing. The Mariners Guild sought Nerissa's help in deciphering the map and locating the hidden realm, believing it could hold the key to uncovering long-lost secrets and protecting the ocean from potential threats. Intrigued by the mystery, Nerissa agreed to assist. She gathered Orin, Lyra, and Seraphina, and together they set out on a journey to locate the missing pieces of the map and unlock the secrets of the Realm of Echoes. Their quest began with a journey to the ancient ruins of the Leviathan's lair, a site rumored to have connections to the hidden realm. The ruins were a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, each filled with intricate puzzles and traps designed to protect ancient knowledge. As they navigated through the ruins, they encountered ancient mechanisms and magical barriers that tested their skills and wits. The team discovered a hidden chamber containing an ancient artifact known as the Echoing Shell, a conch-like device that could reveal hidden messages and guide them to lost locations. The Echoing Shell was said to be one of the key items needed to unlock the Realm of Echoes. With this artifact in hand, they continued their search for the missing map pieces. Their journey took them to various underwater locations, each presenting its own challenges. They explored the sunken city of Mirador, a once thriving metropolis now buried under layers of sediment and time. The city's ruins were guarded by spectral beings, the remnants of its former inhabitants, who tested the team's resolve and intentions. In their exploration of Mirador, they uncovered another fragment of the map and clues to the next location. The Abyssal Caverns, a network of deep-sea caves shrouded in darkness. The Abyssal Caverns were known for their treacherous terrain and unpredictable currents, and they were inhabited by elusive and dangerous sea creatures. Navigating through the Abyssal Caverns, the team encountered a mysterious sea creature known as the Shadow Serpent. The Shadow Serpent was a guardian of the final map fragment, and it challenged Nerissa and her companions to prove their worthiness. After a series of tests that required both physical prowess and intellectual insight, they successfully retrieved the last piece of the map. With all the pieces of the map assembled, Nerissa and her team could now pinpoint the location of the Realm of Echoes. The map led them to the Abyssal Deep, a region of the ocean known for its extreme depths and harsh conditions. The Abyssal Deep was a place where the ocean's pressures and temperatures were at their most extreme, and it was home to some of the most enigmatic and elusive creatures. As they approached the Abyssal Deep, they encountered a massive and ancient barrier, a magical force field designed to protect the entrance to the Realm of Echoes. The barrier was a powerful construct, and it required a series of magical and physical challenges to be overcome. Seraphina used her knowledge of ancient magic to decipher the barrier's enchantments, while Orin and Lyra worked to stabilize their environment and ensure their safety. Together, they managed to breach the barrier and access the entrance to the hidden realm. The Realm of Echoes was a breathtaking and surreal place. It was a vast, underwater expanse filled with luminescent flora and floating islands. The realm was an archive of ancient knowledge, with vast libraries and repositories of forgotten lore. The echoes of long-lost voices and memories reverberated through the realm, giving it a haunting and ethereal quality. The team explored the realm, uncovering ancient texts, artifacts, and knowledge that had been preserved through the ages. They discovered that the Realm of Echoes was a repository of wisdom from various civilizations that had come before, including information about ancient threats and powerful artifacts that had shaped the history of the ocean. Among the discoveries was a prophecy about an impending event known as the Celestial Convergence, a rare astronomical alignment that would open gateways to other realms and potentially unleash great forces upon the ocean. The prophecy warned of a coming period of upheaval and change, and it was clear that the knowledge within the Realm of Echoes was crucial for preparing for the challenges ahead. Nerissa and her companions knew that their journey was far from over. They had uncovered valuable information, but the true test lay in interpreting and acting upon the knowledge they had gained. They needed to prepare for the celestial convergence and ensure that the ocean remained balanced and protected during this pivotal time. As they prepared to leave the Realm of Echoes, they encountered the realm's guardian, a wise and ancient being known as the Echoing Warden. The Warden imparted final words of wisdom and guidance, urging them to use the knowledge they had gained for the greater good and to remain vigilant in the face of future challenges. With the Guardian's blessing, Nerissa and her team returned to Atlantia, armed with newfound knowledge and a sense of purpose. They began preparations for the celestial convergence, working with their allies to understand the implications of the prophecy and to ensure that the ocean's balance would be maintained. The Realm of Echoes had provided them with critical insights into the ocean's ancient history and the threats that lay ahead. Nerissa and her companions were ready to face whatever challenges the celestial convergence would bring, their resolve strengthened by their experiences and the knowledge they had gained. As the stars aligned and the celestial convergence approached, Nerissa felt a deep sense of anticipation and readiness. The ocean was a place of endless mysteries, and she was prepared to embrace the changes and challenges that lay ahead. And so, as the sun set over Atlantia and the ocean's waves shimmered in the twilight, Nerissa stood at the edge of a new adventure, ready to face the unknown with courage and determination. The Realm of Echoes had shown her the way, and she was ready to continue her journey, guided by the echoes of the past and the promise of the future.